start with your nonsense. Get on with it. Go on.
Welcome back to an episode of the Wrestling Around podcast, where for the first time ever we are doing I was going to say repeat. It's not a repeat show. We're doing the same show twice. We've followed on our NWO journey. We are doing Starrcade 1997. But before we get into that, joining me is the world famous Terry Peters. Terry Peters, how are we doing?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Lovely.
Any French for us today?
Bonjour.
As bad as you was last week.
I had a jambon sandwich this week. In fact, I have jambon sandwiches near enough every day.
Are you still eating that ham from New Year?
No, that's gone. No.
I was going to say that is disgusting. If you are,
I have got big news. I managed to do the perfect yogurt opening 4 days in a row.
Ah,
Look,
nothing on. Hang on, you can pop the top.
What the fucking hell is the perfect yogurt opening?
Well, you pop the top off. Come on.
That'll
Pop
be
the
an
top
amateur.
open and no yogurt falls in.
That'll be an amateur.
What do you mean no yogurt falls in?
So it's a flat like that. Perfect yogurt opening.
I see. Yeah.
And I thought you meant to play for only in the fact that every time you usually open it, you get yogurt on yourself.
If you took a photo, how do we know that's not the same day?
Let me find the details.
Next time you do this,
19th of January.
There we go.
No, you could have edited that. So next time he does this, he has to take it next to a newspaper of today's date.
How could that help? So you could just change
20th of January.
It could be any photo of that, though. It could be a picture of your bonds.
Ain't gonna be any of that. There's one at work. With my laptop in the background.
yeah.
What's the secret to opening the yogurt like this then?
By Muller Toffee Apple Crumble yogurts. It's the only yogurt I've ever done it with.
So it's about the yogurt then. There's no technique. It's to do with the yogurt.
It's the yogurt itself.
What was your reaction when you did this 4 days in a row?
Took lots of photos and sent it to lots of different people. Now claimed I'm a god of yogurts.
Right.
Are you annoyed as well, Russ, that you went on this list of
distribution
list of perfect yogurts?
I wanted to save it for this moment so I could get a group reaction, live reaction.
I was going to say,
what happened on day 5? That's why I want
It became the weekend, so I've not eaten a yogurt.
But yeah,
so there could be 5 days.
The streak could continue.
Be 6. I've got 6 yogurts. I've still got 2 to go.
Well, Charlotte, the real challenge is to buy another set of 6 yogurts and see if you can transfer. Because this might be a good batch, so you have to get like a different set.
Won't buy this flavour yogurt again though.
Not even to carry on the streak.
No, because it's not very. It's a very average yogurt. To be fair, don't really taste what I thought it was going to taste of. It's just got apple in the bottom of it. It's not really. It don't taste the toffee apple or anything. It's a bit shit, really.
There we go. Blue, to answer your question, I don't feel like I should have been on Peter's list because I imagine he knew the response he would get from me if he sent me a photo of a yogurt.
I'm definitely sending you a photo of a yogurt tomorrow.
So I really want to know, though, is why was Terry real thirsty on Monday?
Oh shit! I ain't filled my drink up because I'm still real thirsty now. I'll have to pop out at some point.
2 days later. What's the story?
1 cup.
It's a different cup to what I was going to say. It's different to what you showed us earlier.
Another glass.
I think it's really thirsty because he's been looking at pictures of Rhea Ripley. Apparently, all their fans are very thirsty.
Dick thirsty.
No denial. So that must mean it's true. God's sake. Right, okay. Joining me as well as a world-class wrestling journalist involved Aaron. Aaron, how are we doing?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad.
Have you been looking at pictures of Rhea Ripley?
No, not particularly.
Have you been opening yogurts?
Yeah, you had any yogurts or any other records that you want to share with us today?
Don't really. I've been having soup for my lunch at work.
Soup shit. Don't get it.
Get out. Get out. Get out. Soup with a baguette from Tesco and then freshly baked baguettes.
Soup needs to decide whether it's a drink or food. Don't fill anyone up, does it? Shit.
Get on the Heinz big soup.
To be fair though, I only ever imagine you, Pete, as drinking your soup is when you've made yourself and it's water with like a few bits of veg chucked in.
No, I've made my own soup. I made potato and leek soup before, and again, it was very average.
Well, yeah, because it's fucking potato and leek soup.
Decide soup what you want to be, food or a drink.
It's a starter, isn't it?
Potato makes a good soup.
I will say though, I don't know whether I enjoy eating soup or enjoy eating half full of bread with the soup.
Yeah, you got to have bread with your soup. You can't just have soup on its own.
No.
Yeah, and cup of soup, get out. What's that nonsense?
Mm,
And people actually
just
put it in a
easy
cup. Just
drinking
put it in a
a cup.
fucking bowl.
What if you're going camping?
Camping.
Go camping, have a cup of soup. That's what you do.
Cup of soup or a pot noodle. Or two.
Who takes cup?
They're the only camping foods that I'm aware of. Cup of soup and pot noodle.
Yeah.
And marshmallows.
Oh, yeah.
If you're feeling fancy. Yeah.
S'mores.
Ooh, s'mores. That's the tip too far, that. S'mores.
What, s'mores?
Yeah.
That's just
Well, you
marshmallows
put crackers.
in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marshmallows have a side something.
Yeah, crackers.
A wafer if you're British.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like one of them marshmallow sandwich things.
Oh, they're good then.
But Peter's dead wrong there. Soup is delicious.
I'm not saying it's not
What
nice.
soup
it's
have you been
just not-
having, Aaron?
I'm not saying it's not nice. It's just
Bit of a mix. Tomato and basil. I had a carrot and coriander, which is quite nice. Vegetable. Then just standard tomato. Just tomato, cream of tomato. Yeah.
Nice. we are so boring. Sounds about yogurt. Fucking soup for 10 minutes.
And what liquid foods, base foods have you been eating?
And we all know I'm going to next.
I do.
You're here as well.
Yeah, guess what I've been doing to this weekend?
No, that was something completely mundane.
I've been painting a room.
What?
With,
No way.
with white emulsion. Yeah. It's been going
Did you, Lou? Did you take my advice to get the paint on soda
I
tomato?
sure did the Dulux 3-in-1.
How good is it?
It's really good, actually. It's because you know those walls were bright orange. 3 coats. Yeah. 3 coats and it's gone. Yeah. Some walls I could have got away with 2, but I thought I'll do a 3rd coat just to be safe.
Same paint I used on the turquoise/purple walls, and
you do need good white paint if you are painting over a horrible colour.
Well, the pink wall in the kitchen, I think I'm going to do next.
You putting the colour on it? Or are you keeping it?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to do it because there's a data rail like 2/3 of the way up, but I'm not taking that off because I don't want to replaster it. So white above that, and then I don't know what colour underneath, like a light colour that's easier to cover if I want to change it. But I don't know, maybe like a hint of blue or a hint of green, or maybe a hint of grey.
Do you know what
I've got grey and then mustard up the top.
Yeah. So it's similar in style to that actually.
One of the hardest colours to cover. Cream.
What is?
Cream. Real, yeah, because when you paint your white, you go, oh, that bit's done. Then it's fucking real patchy and it's not done because it's real thin in areas. It's a right ball it to cover. Not because of how thick it is, just because of how patchy it is and how difficult it is to see in light.
You need that one that's pink until you put it on there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't trust that.
Did you use a roller, Lou, or have you brushed this? What have you painted on?
Well, a bit of both. I used 2 rollers, so 2 sizes. Big roller, I had a little roller for little bits. To brush around the electrical sockets.
You need a big handle for the roller.
I'm not a fan of rollers.
Ross, I've also got a big handle.
Yeah, I get them foam pads, which are just an absolute game changer.
Yeah.
Get them from B&M. They come in different sizes, so you can use like 1-2s around your edges and stuff as well. Oh, it's a game changer.
Have you been using a metal stripper on your rollers at the end of the day when you've been painting?
No.
Get all your excess paint out, makes it you get more paint out.
So what I do is really lazy. I've only been doing it for
and it makes you go buy a new one, don't you?
No, I just feel more rapid explain film, so it's not wise the day after. Carry on.
That's what I do. I know why. Did you learn that trick of how that? Because
I showed it.
The man is frugal.
I was all ready to go, just like go wash it in there, and I was like, no, I'll just
play film it. Yeah,
but no, I just mean at the end, do that, and it's a really good way to do it. And you brush your roller, don't take as long to clean.
Yeah, because I've realised I've got absolutely no DIY equipment whatsoever, so I'm buying everything from scratch. Like B&Q are going to get a lot of money out of me this year.
You need to buy a big stick
a good place
to put your roller on. That's an absolute game changer. I could do a wall really.
It came on. I got the Harris Trade big box set. You can find it on the B&Q for the lower price of £34.99. 2 rollers, 3 brushes, big stick, 4 roller heads for each size. In fact, maybe 6 of the smaller ones, and obviously the tray. 2 trays.
A good tip for your tray is to put tinfoil down.
No, it's too late now.
I think we've discovered a new show that we can do. It's called Decorating Around, and with special guest Nick Knowles.
I was all for it then at one point.
It's not really doing anything else, is he? So,
I was thinking we should do changing rooms on each of his houses as a Christmas special.
I don't think any of us would be allowed that.
No.
No, right. Well, that's out.
The only person that would be allowed it would be Luke. It's his house.
Yeah.
I reckon us three go decorate a room each.
Yes, that is worth it.
Yeah, well, that's Bob, won't we?
Do 60-minute makeover. 60-minute makeover. We have a room each, and then we just leave it like half done.
Have we all seen them fucking when they put a floating shelf in the middle of the living room, a 60-minute makeover, and broke that woman's teapot collection?
Yeah.
Oh my god, how stupid!
Yeah.
Excellent.
What a fucking stupid idea.
It'll hold a load of pot and books off two little hooks in the ceiling with nothing else supporting it in the middle of a room. Fucking idiot.
Changing rooms got cancelled again, anyway.
It's a terrible show.
Did you realise it was back?
Yeah, I heard it was back.
Well, I was annoyed for us by it because originally they announced Davina McCall and shit. I'm doing it, but they got Anna Ryder. Oh no, Anna Richardson won it.
Anna Ryder Richardson.
No, right, not her. It's her, but with one of the names missing.
Anna Ryder. Is it Anna Ryder?
And she presents Naked Attraction. I can't know which one it is now. Anyway, she presented it. It put me off because I thought it was going to be Anna Ryder Richardson. I want to say it's Anna Richardson now. I think about it. It's definitely not Ryder Richardson. Yeah, he's the only guy from the original one, I think.
No, Handy Andy.
No. He always whinged anyway, didn't he?
He was big.
He was pretty annoying, to be honest. I think.
Get back on Big Brother, you sad act.
Poor man's Tommy Walsh.
Anna Richardson. I always thought she was Anna Ryder Richardson.
Anna Ryder Richardson's a different person, sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Is Linda Barker on it?
No.
Doesn't she go out with Sue? Oh, no, she doesn't go out with Sue Perkins anymore.
I meant Linda Barker.
I'm going to say Sue Barker.
Linda Barker and Sue Barker married.
Married. Never do that, yeah. Who goes out with Sue Perkins? We're on the camera.
Anna Richardson.
Anna Richardson's did.
No, the fake one? The new one?
The Naked Attraction one.
The Naked Attraction.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't like her. I've never seen anything she's on. Other than Naked Attraction, obviously.
She was BBC Three back in the day.
Yeah, her name just annoys me because it gives you hope, doesn't it?
Too close to Anna
Richardson. Yeah, it's not.
Anna Richardson just real horny. Because she's always on dick programs, isn't she? And boob programs.
Look at this dick. Which dick do you like? Yeah.
Do
that bouncer from Hull was on there. It was something like that, wasn't it?
Did I went to school was on Naked Attraction.
Yeah.
Did Bobson do know that bouncer?
Yeah.
I thought you said Bobson did Naked Attraction.
Yeah, Bobson did it. It wasn't on TV, and nobody else wanted to take part. he just took his kit off.
He was just in his garage, just like lifting the garage door up now.
Still made, wasn't
it? Yeah, it was a proper it was surprising his head.
Yeah.
Right, enough of that. When we get some the internet money, we'll do it. We'll do a house flip. We'll do the wrestling around house flip.
I was going to say we'll do Naked Attraction then.
We'll need a lot more internet money for that to happen.
No one will want to even pay to see it.
Can do it on the radio though, just for fun, like on the podcast. just for our benefit.
Fucking hell, sorry, not now. Jesus Christ.
We have done a one with Terry Peters with his shirt off, so
that is true. Yeah.
I
thought even Naked Attraction with Terry Peters also was getting horrible flashbacks to Blackpool. But anyway,
horrendous. And it's Terry Peters stag do soon, so I guess we'll get round two.
Yes, yeah.
But this time we'll be throwing them into a river.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that public indecency is a capital offence in the country we're going to as well. So.
Yeah, probably.
I can't swim.
Oh. You
got 3 months to learn.
4 months to learn. You would have had longer if you didn't keep changing the date.
I didn't change the date at all.
Could have had 2 extra weeks.
Right, that's enough of that crap. This is Starrcade 1997. Before we got our illustrious fourth host, and we added a bit of class to the show with a world-class wrestling journalist, us three did this show on our own. Terry Peters is a WCW critic. Lou, I don't know what he's doing, but he's a WCW fan.
I can't find my mobile, so I've not got the menu up.
The panic in his eyes.
It's because I know it's somewhere around here.
Would you like me to ring it?
No, I've just done the whole like ping thing off my watch. I don't know where I put it.
Someone's got too much money.
Let me do it again.
Ping thing off my watch. My name's
Yeah.
Lou.
Oh God. Let me just get the secondary one.
He's getting his knob out.
So I've just moved my
We're not doing naked attraction.
Anyway, you guys continue. While I
say Peters, did you remember the show? It was a couple of years ago. No, we did it.
Slightly.
Well,
probably
did it fill you with dread that we was redoing it, or how did you feel?
Middle of the road, this, isn't it?
Middle of the road. Oh, I wonder what score you're going to give it at the end.
Actually, lower than what you think.
Right. Oh. Aaron, we'd already watched the show. This is your first time reviewing it for Wrestling Around. Had you seen it previously?
Yes.
And what you had?
I think everyone knows.
You obviously you're the WCW fan out of us four.
Yeah, I'm a big WCW fan, but a bigger Mongo fan.
Yeah, there's a great match in it that's worth 8 stars on its own, at least. I can't wait to find out the official star ratings.
Yeah, that's one thing that the previous show was obviously missing.
Exactly. It's nice to have, to get a review from a wrestling journalist who sees it differently to us, has great opinions that we all value. Isn't that right, Lou?
The same.
I'm saying that we all value Aaron's opinions.
Yeah, we do.
You seem to have a problem with some of them.
Well, there's certain wrestlers we disagree on, but opinions are like assholes, aren't they? That's full of shit. No.
Yeah, you see him on Wrestling Around in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh God!
They done that naked attraction, but behind. They should do that, shouldn't they?
They do like flips and that, don't they?
I
don't do sick back flips.
I'm not a regular watcher. I've only really watched it when I've left Channel 4 on too long after Bake Off.
Yeah, well,
that's a show. I mean, there's like 3 shows in between, I'm sure, but yeah.
No, but it's a show that I woke up in the middle of plenty of times.
Well, like on the show.
Yeah, not again.
You woke up like glass case of
no, because I'm sure it's only thought like 1, 2 in the morning. I've come in from work late. I've fallen asleep downstairs. I've woken up, and then before you know it, that's on TV. So
that is that's good. That's what you tell your wife. Yeah.
Just woke up with a full-on dick in your face.
yeah, and then the TV was also playing. Yeah. It's like, no, how does this keep happening?
Terry Stagg, come and
yeah, well, I'm glad he's moved because it stops it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Right, shall we get into the pay-per-view? It was at the MCI Center in Washington DC. 17,500 people there on.
Well, Ross, was there?
The 28th of December 1997. Well, according to Mr. Shivani, there was at least 24,000 people.
24,000, which I've Googled this several times. The arena does not, and as far as I can tell, has never held that amount of people.
Even Tenay said there was 20,000. So
no, Tenay is a stone cold liar. It holds 20,356 for basketball, 18,573 for ice hockey.
There we go.
So, I don't include the floor, though, does it?
Yeah, but then they had one of the stands missing, didn't they?
Mm. Yeah, the official thing is 17,500.
Yeah, is that a Meltzer thing? Is that a real thing?
I don't know. It's on Wikipedia.
We'll go with that.
It's as official as we can get. And what were them people having though?
What were they having, Ross? They were having a lot. There's a lot of stuff here, to be honest. There's a Jack Daniels bar, a Stella Artois cat. So not a bar for that one. You've got to go to the cat. DC cocktails, Bud Light bar. A lot of be easy one if you just have one bar. You know what I mean? Like, we've gone through this. It's like four or 5 different drinks, all with their own serveries. Put them in one. Imagine getting around in this place. DMV wings. That's after the DMV. That's like the DVLA in America, isn't it? I assume.
Department of Motor Vehicle.
Next round, federal favourites, very government orientated. Government orientated food puns here. District donuts,
It is in DC though. Of course, makes sense.
Box Streets, Sidekick Bakery, Tenders Love and Chicken. Well, TLC. But I had a really good Caesar salad when I was in Washington DC. I remember Tom fell asleep on a bar stool, which is still one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
Yeah, he did.
And we had enough for greasy American food, so I got myself a salad.
Caesar salad, yeah. Really.
I probably got crisps.
Yeah, so I got crisps.
Got crisps, yeah.
So I got them Frito-Lays. But yeah, it was
and the margarita as well, probably. Okay, so the tagline for Starrcade 97 is Hogan's a colourful guy, but his nightmare's black and white.
And I bet he hits at least half of that, yeah. But
and also paybacks are hell. So terrible.
Getting better, are they?
No.
Huh?
No, that's awful. Right, okay, so we start with Tony Schiavone, Dusty Rhodes, but no Brain. It's Mike Tenay instead on commentary. And I can't believe they had a full pay-per-view and there was only 2 matches. No?
2 matches.
There's only 2 matches. The commentary team only spoke about 2 matches all the way through the pay-per-view.
Well,
there was no other matches going on in the background because all they were bothered about was, everybody only turned up for the last 2 matches.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of WCW. I'm sick of WCW just not commentating. People are already watching. People are already there. We're not going to turn off now because we already paid for the pay-per-view. So just commentate on the matches.
You're a boxing fan. Is it not like that? Is it not like there's an undercard and then there's a...
Yes. But surprisingly, when the undercard's on, they commentate on the undercard and then they go back to talk about the main event, but not when the actual thing's on.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I had no issue with it.
Imagine watching Man United Arsenal today, and all I'm talking about is Tottenham Fulham on Monday.
No, because that'd be the other way around, though, wouldn't it? No, because it's the bigger 2, isn't it?
Oh, that was so ridiculous. Commentate on the match.
I'll tell you what's ridiculous. I had 2 all on that match. Super 6, human. Anyway.
Commentate on the match.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a good opening video package.
It was better for the WCW.
Very good.
All in agreement. Next one. God. We're like them bloody old men on Muppets.
Oh, yeah.
That little old man.
It was a really good open video package.
Yeah, it was, to be fair.
Brain's not there, and I think he got beat up on Nitro before.
That's the real heel move, isn't it? From NWO, putting fucking Mike Tenay on a full pay-per-view.
There was a point where Tony Schiavone said, and they demanded Mike Tenay was out here, and I was thinking, who on earth is demanding for Mike Tenay?
That's what I mean, because of that thing, yeah, they hate the fans that much.
Put Mike Tenay on.
Yeah, did you notice all the way through this? There was a lot of beef between the commentary team, particularly Dusty and Mike Tenay for no reason whatsoever. Like Dusty just seemed to really have it in for Mike Tenay on the show.
No,
they kind of basically call him a nerd all the way through it, and he was like, "Oh, what do you call that move?" Flipping it, fucking decade. Oh, yeah,
Dusty Rhodes was getting some moves horrendously wrong.
And then there was a bit where he was like, "Oh, what do you think of this fight today as a wrestler?" Of course, I actually was a wrestler, but what do you think of that? And I was like, "Look at hell, Dusty, calm down." So it's right today, part of the NWO, and we just missed this on Nitro.
I don't think so. I've got no idea. I don't think he is. I think he's just rubbish.
Did Dusty just decide to hit on him?
I think it was just Dust being Dust. I will say about Dusty, and he said this multiple times throughout the full pay-per-view. He kept saying, "Do you know what I'm saying?" And to be honest, Dust, I had absolutely no idea what you were saying most times.
Gonna make your liver quiver.
Do you know what I'm saying? No, I do not, Dust. I love the man.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Why won't you take him off?
Greatest wrestlers of all time, greatest bookers of all time, greatest trainers of all time. Also commentated, I think. That's how I would describe Dusty Rhodes.
Take a commentator off though. Why would you take the best colour commentator of all time, Bobby the Brain Heenan, off?
It's heel heat, I'm telling you. You look when you get Mark Madden. They got like a couple of years left.
No, because Thingy would have been Turn of the Tiger would have been first. Lee Marshall.
To beat him up, isn't
he? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right, the first match then is awful because it has Dean Malenko in it. So it's a WCW Cruiserweight Championship match. Eddie Guerrero is a champion. He's against Dean Malenko. This match is 14 minutes, 57 seconds, and Eddie Guerrero wins after a frog splash onto a knee, which I always thought was a reversal, but apparently not. What did we think of this match? Eddie Guerrero's obviously got a bad attitude these days. He's completely flipped. He's now playing the heel. Dean Malenko is not playing anyone because he's as exciting as a piece
I thought Eddie was the face in this.
No, I thought he's the heel these days.
Yeah, he's the heel.
Yeah.
The fans were shouting Eddie sucks.
Yeah, Eddie's the heel. He came back, didn't he? With
yeah,
his new
just,
attitude.
He had a new attitude, but I thought they were going for some anti-hero thing. Only because Dean didn't really do a lot of merch today.
This is as interesting as cardboard.
I'd actually mind.
If you had the choice of going out for
defensive, it's all Bob Leros.
Fuck
you!
You're having a dinner party. Yeah, so you're having a dinner party. You had the choice between Dean Malenko and Chris Gregory. It's Chris Gregory every day, isn't it? Quite frankly.
Yeah.
Well, it's a fairly more interesting sales there, I guess, at this point. But
yeah. Right. What, St. Peters? You said you enjoyed this. I didn't mind. No, all right. You didn't say you enjoyed it. You said you didn't mind this, which is glowing review. St. Peters didn't mind it. What? Tell us what you thought.
I just quite enjoyed it. To be fair, like there was a spot with Dean Malenko's knee going between the step and the post, and Eddie kicking the steps. It was a bit brutal, but I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was a solid opening, to be fair, and then it progressively gets worse from here
until the middleweight progressively gets better.
No,
yeah. Agree to disagree there, Peters, but it does.
But no, I thought it was all right.
Lou, are you a massive Dean Malenko fan? I think he's your favourite wrestler of all time.
No, I just don't think he's. I don't think he's terrible. He was a bit slow on it. I was a bit
odd.
I was a bit miffed for us for several reasons. But the main one being, in the last couple of months on these shows, we've been seeing the emergence of Rey Mysterio. Yeah, at this point, he's back in the crowd, isn't he? Have a match. And also, right, just while we're on the wrestlers in the crowd, because this is what really irritated me. At one point, right, so they're saying it's the biggest night in WCW history, right? Companies on the line. And Shivani says the wrestlers had to pay for their own travel and accommodation. What's that about?
Not what I thought he was going to say.
Yeah, to buy their own tickets. It's the biggest night in company history. And you know, the WCW aren't even gone like, oh yeah, we'll fly you in. They have to just pay themselves. Ridiculous.
Well, that makes sense then. Because
and also they kept missing Rey Mysterio because they kept like piling over the wrestlers and you could just see him like bottom of the camera.
They didn't get his booster seats. That was an extra $2.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense of why they remained seated when it was the biggest night for WCW and the NWO were just having the WCW wrestlers all there by 8-on-1 attacks. And they just sat down. It's because they paid for the seat and they didn't want somebody filling it. That makes sense now.
It's on a condition you ticket, and you can't enter the performance area.
Rule followers. That makes a lot of sense. Aaron, I'm interested to see these. Oh, well, we've got actually before we go to the real star ratings. What was that clown Dave Meltzer give them?
Highest rating of the night, 2 3/4.
That was the highest rating of the night.
Yeah.
That's a rough night.
What? So 2 3/4. What is the real star rate?
It's hard for me because it's got Dean Malenko in it. For me, why didn't they just put Chris Jericho or Rey Mysterio in this match instead of Dean Malenko?
A bit more energy needed. A bit more energy, didn't it? A bit more pep.
Yeah, Chris Jericho and Eddie had a great match about 1 or 2 pay-per-views ago. Opening match, fucking brilliant. And instead of, what do a rematch like? We'll just put Dean Malenko in a title match.
Let's get Mr. Charisma involved.
Yeah. Can't even tell if he's a face or a heel because he's got absolutely no personality whatsoever. Just 2.5 stars in it all day long.
2.5 stars, yeah. Dave was never going to be right with that.
No, he's always wrong. If you put Chris Jericho or Rey Mysterio in that match, that'd probably be like a 4.5 star match, easy.
It shocks me that this pay-per-view is the biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it was widely panned, though, wasn't it?
I mean, to be fair, WrestleMania 13 this year wasn't brilliant either, but...
Was that this year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it WrestleMania 13? Was it WrestleMania?
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah.
Would have been.
Because Tyson comes in like 3 months after.
Oh, this is in December, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's in January. No, it's in December, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, this is WrestleMania 13 has been this year.
That was dog shit. That.
Yeah, I was going to say it's neither as brilliant, although there is a 5-star match from WrestleMania 13.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, but it's not even like because at least like
dog shit.
WrestleMania is 9 is bad, but everyone's in togas and the brand comes in on the camel. Fantastic stuff. You don't get any of that with WrestleMania 13. It's just boring ass matches and Undertaker style.
To say this and WrestleMania are the flagship shows of the year, they've both been terrible.
I feel like this show though, they made it feel like a big event. I know like the in-ring action didn't really live up to the billing, but it feels like on a much bigger scale. The camera angle of the arena was fantastic that they kept showing. It made it look even bigger than like a standard, because it's basically just a standard arena, isn't it? Like I know it's brand new, but they're only been up in like 3 weeks. I know at this point, but I felt they
kept saying it's the first wrestling show ever.
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
arena.
It opened. I think it was like, was this on like December 29th or something? It opened on like December 2nd. Yeah, so like
at the end
26 days it had been open. Yeah, this point. But I thought they made a big deal out of like, and in the commentators were like all dressed up, aren't they?
I will say,
Dusty had his little Southern Gen tie thing on.
Bull tie.
That's the one.
I will say though about Dave Meltzer's star ratings. I've all noticed that like currently Dave Meltzer has taken a massive hit, and it's no coincidence ever since he apologised and left wrestling to the real journalists. Pineapple Palooza.
True.
That happens, and then his credibility takes a massive hit. Nobody believes the way they say it anymore.
Yeah, it still bothers me that it was David Bixton's fan who did that, really. So it was just, I hate him more than Meltzer. But it's.
Wait, what though, was it? It was our own world class wrestling journalist.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You've got the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Just put him in his place.
Told him what he needed to hear. So there we go. Right, that was the first match then. We'll move on to the second match, which was originally going to have Conan in this match. So it's the NWO against Steiner Brothers with Ray Traylor. The NWO is Scott Norton, ladies man Vincent, and a special guest who is even more bananas or ridiculous that he wasn't even booked on the show, biggest show of the year, is Randy Savage. He was going to book Conan over Randy Savage.
Ross, this is an
Vincent over Randy Savage.
It's an absolute disgrace, this match. what is Randy Savage doing with his jobbers? What are we doing here?
This is shite.
You're putting him with the Geek Squad.
Although Scott Steiner, I thought, looked a bit like Al Snow with a short hair.
Well, he's getting ready.
No ponytail now, though.
Yeah. He's
going to go blonde soon.
He's not far off, is he?
Is it a year? 2 years? Is it 99?
It's a month.
Is it really?
2 months, but maybe it's Super Bowl. It's very soon.
Yeah. What, when he goes to Big Papa Pump?
When he turns on his burrier.
I thought it was later than that.
No, that's what a month or 2 away.
Oh, there we go. Well, we'll see it, won't we?
Yeah.
They are the tag team champions.
I think it's Super Bowl. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was baffling because Conan only missed it because I think his wife or partner was having a baby.
I thought he only got booked because WCW were trying to get in the LGBTQ plus community.
Conan.
Yeah. Go listen to Pineapple Palooza. You know.
Hi, Karumba. Indeed. I'm surprised we're still on after that. That was a joke. So this match goes 11 minutes. The NWO will win after a Randy Savage elbow drop. Vincent was involved in it as well. 11 minutes, 6 seconds. The Steiners are the tag team champions. They've just lost. So heels 2-0. But yeah, I completely agree with you, though. What on earth is Randy Savage doing? But why has Vincent got a match anyhow? All the people who want Scott Hall wasn't on this show.
Neither was Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. Well, the rumors are he thought he was having a heart attack, which is why he wasn't on the show. But
yeah,
the rumor is he didn't want a job to the Giant.
Yeah.
So he was trying to get out of it. But Scott Hall doesn't have a match, does he? He's there, but he doesn't have a match.
Yeah, which is weird considering he's just won their equivalent of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Has 6 left?
Yeah, then it becomes like Bischoff's corner match, doesn't he?
Has 6 left at this point?
Yeah, because he turns up in WWE the night after the next WrestleMania.
Just 3 months.
3 months away, so 90-day compete.
What I'm saying is, there must have been somebody else in the NWO who could have done this match that wasn't Vincent or Scott Norton.
Just not do the match. Well, couldn't you just
We're not giving him more time to one of the matches. We can Lex Luger. It's an 18-minute match.
Yeah, I guess they wanted Ray Trailer in there, didn't they? Because I was thinking what you could have done was, which would probably been better. It's like Savage and Scott Hall versus Steiners.
Yeah,
could you not?
That would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But there's so many big stars not even on this card, and you've got people like Vincent wrestling. I think it's an absolute joke.
Yeah, we needed a warm up, didn't he? For later on when he's going to be shagging at least 1,000 women in one night.
Yeah. That's true. Christ, I don't know.
He's to get the adrenaline going. Yeah. As he wouldn't have lasted, would he?
He got all the women on this performance.
Yeah, but see, I pointed earlier on, it is very much focused on the 2 matches, isn't it? So maybe that's why.
Just don't care, do they?
Yeah,
absolutely don't care.
I've got a lot of thoughts about those 2 matches and the stipulations on them both when we get to them. But...
We'll get to them. Tippy, what's the official? What's the unofficial star rating?
Half.
Makes absolute sense.
It makes sense. I literally wrote on this. Yeah, that Scott Steiner looked like Al Snow.
Cutting journalism at its finest there.
It's just fucking boring, isn't it?
I don't think this match was as bad as what you three are making it out to be. I thought Steiner's looked awesome in this match, and Ray Trailer looked like a bit of a beast as well.
Yeah, that team's fine. It's the other team.
It's Vincent for me.
Scott Norton and Vincent are just shite.
Scott Norton, yeah, he hung around for far too long. He was awful.
Oh, he's big in Japan.
Yeah, big, huge in Japan.
Yeah, well, terrible over here. Johnny is big in Japan.
Just poor booking.
Albert was big in Japan.
Sasha Banks is big in Japan.
It's true. Well, she's big everywhere though. She's one of the biggest.
It's terrible, terrible wrestler. What is the official star rating?
2 stars.
I could live with that. I guess the match quality. I'm thinking I just don't really care. It was more just the premise of this match is so stupid. It's like, why is Savage here?
Why are Savage booked? I think
especially when it's like NWO versus WCW as well. It's the whole sort of thing.
I love the Steiners. It takes a lot for me to not like a Steiners match. But Vincent will do that. Vincent's the great equalizer for my love for the Steiners brothers. Why can't we just done Steiners against Harlem Heat again? Love that. I know it's not WCW versus NWO, but it don't matter. We'll move on then. We go to Mean Gene. He's plugging this hotline because that's the only way he got paid, I think. Nobody actually cared about it. I don't know who rang it. He brings in JJ Dillon, who's going to clear the air about who's going to be the ref for Hogan Sting. And Nick Patrick is revealed. He'd been reinstated. He was reinstated, and he's not had any issues. But he was an NWO ref for the longest time. Last year, this year, I think.
Yeah.
But, kind of leopards changed their spots. But I guess we'll find out.
Talk about telegraphing the finish. Just tell it all the way through. They've been talking about who's the referee. If they ever had this discussion before, like, fair enough if it's part, all sure who's the referees. But normally in wrestling, unless it's a special guest, you don't hear about the referee.
No. I thought he did a good job in the last match. Called it right down the middle. but some people disagree, didn't they? So Patrick's going to be the referee. We then move on to the best match of the night. Young Goldberg making his way in wrestling. And the only way to do that is to put him with a veteran, one of the best of all time, Steve Mongo McMichael.
I would love to think, before you got on this funny narrative that you like Mongo, how much you actually slagged this off in the last time that we did it.
I think I enjoyed it last time.
I'm almost put money on that you didn't.
I think as we get older, we appreciate different types of wrestling, Peters, and you can sort of, when you're like a kid and you go to an art museum and you don't really understand what it is, and you walk around there, you think it's boring, but as you mature and get older, you go and you see a nice painting and you think, what an absolute genius has created that. That's a work of art. And I think that's how I view Steve McMichael matches. I think he's misunderstood. But I think he's got to be up there as one of the GOATs.
Don't do it. Don't take it too far. You took it too far.
What do you mean I took it too far?
Well,
he's in the top 100 NFL players of all time, according to Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, NFL players.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to make that.
He got put through a table and stood straight back up.
So you can't sell.
They can't sell.
What do you mean he can't sell? It was emotional. He tried to lift him up for the Mongo spike. And he couldn't because his back could give way. He was Goldberg's toughest test and he nearly had him beat.
For me, wrong winner for this match. As I said on the previous show, I don't understand why Goldberg got this run and Mongo didn't. It's realistically, Goldberg is just Stone Cold Steve Austin from Wish, isn't he?
Yeah.
This is just outrageous.
Mongo is, if you was to like stack up everything side by side, Goldberg and Mongo wins more of them. NFL player, actually got onto an NFL team, got a ring, Super Bowl ring, wrestling ability, hair.
Lovely hair. He's got a lovely ponytail.
Do you know what I mean? Longer pants.
Yeah. What are we doing here? Like top trumps.
I'm just saying, Mongo ticks more boxes. Cool sunglasses.
God's
tape
sake.
on his fingers.
Briefcase.
Deborah.
She's gone at this point. She in there.
The list goes on.
I don't think the list has gone.
I think it does. I think you put Mongo and Goldberg side by side.
The list is on top.
Just think how much better wrestling would be nowadays if you'd have had a Mongo streak rather than a Goldberg streak, and Mongo hadn't got ill and was making returns like Goldberg. Much bigger pop.
Is this the last time we see Mongo?
No.
I think it is.
No. Absolutely not.
Cracking every year of this shit.
He tries to get the Osman back after this.
Come on, guys.
He wins the match and keeps holding 4 up. I imagine how excited you would have been if it was for the first time ever in Saudi Arabia. Undertaker versus Mongo.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
What are we doing? What is this podcast?
Lesnar Mongo at WrestleMania for the title.
All I'm saying is if Mongo had been wrestling The Undertaker, he wouldn't have given The Undertaker a concussion. Put it that way. Goldberg.
Tombstone versus Tombstone. Who was the master of the Tombstone?
Yeah.
The Undertaker. We don't need a match to find that out.
Tombstone versus Mongo Spike. Mongo Spike all day, please.
No. Just no. Even Kane did a better Tombstone than Mongo.
No, because Undertaker, you can clearly see that the head wasn't driven into the mat. Mongo, he could paralyze someone.
How is that a good thing?
Well, it looks believable.
Because it is.
No, he didn't paralyze it. So slanderous. Take that back. But it looked real, and that's the art of selling.
That's it. No, do you know what? I'm done. Right enough.
Lou realised that he wasn't right. So this match went back to 5 minutes, 59 seconds. I'm interested to see what Dave Meltzer said about it.
Rated this far too highly. -1.
-1? That's outrageous.
Disgusting.
What is the real star rated?
Absolutely disgusting. Well, you lose a bit of the points for having Stone Cold Steve Austin from Wish. You lose a few points for the wrong winner of the match. There's got to be a 9.
10 stars for me. Completely agree. I think you've marked it down for the right reasons.
Yeah, can't have the perfect match, can you? It's gonna happen.
If you give them too high, they'll never be able to improve. 3 pay-per-views, coming in. What a great result.
I can't wait to see what we have in store for future Mongo matches.
They should have built the brand around it. The greatest to never win the world title.
100%.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know where Lou's gone, but we'll move on without him. We don't need him for this bit. Next match out is Raven. He's got a match scheduled with Chris Benoit, but he's decided he doesn't want to wrestle tonight. The rumor is he wasn't medically cleared. So Perry Saturn comes out instead, and oh my god, what is music annoying?
It's terrible.
It was really annoying, wasn't it?
Jerry
It's
Saturn.
it's like Scott Steiner's music if it was made by a 5-year-old.
But on Wish.
Yeah. Oh, it's just terrible. This is going to be a Ravens rules match, which means anything goes. I think it's them to just try and get like the ECW part of him going.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Benoit cuts a terrible promo talking about Raven. And then the match starts. This match actually goes 10 minutes, 50 seconds. At one point, Benoit takes absolutely everybody out. The flock keeps getting involved because it's obviously Raven's rules. And then it ends after Raven does a DDT and Benoit is put in the rings of Saturn. I don't know if he actually taps out or he passes out. He's back.
I'm back.
Do you want to know what the star rating was?
I don't know if I do.
Dave Meltzer give it -1 star.
Yeah, correct.
I said that was far too high.
The correct star ratings. After, rightfully, I had a few marks knocked off for Goldberg and the wrong result. 9 stars. Lou's crying with joy because it's the best match he's ever seen.
When's this going to start? We're not doing any more WCW. This is it. We're stopping.
What do you mean?
This is the last WCW pay-per-view I'm doing. Bad enough.
Get your head back in the game and tell us what you thought of Perry Saturn versus Chris Benoit.
Why is it Perry Saturn?
Raven wasn't medically cleared.
So, okay, because it's the whole... They needed a better way of getting out of that rather than Raven be like, I don't fancy it tonight. It's the biggest show of the year. I don't want to wrestle them. When's he going to wrestle?
A month after.
But after that, it was just some... Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just... There's no... Starrcade's not being very WrestleMania, is it, at the moment? For me.
I really like this persona of Perry Saturn, though. And he looks like he could beat the shit out of anyone.
Yeah. They need to stop doing... Well, I mean, I guess he stopped it, right? Chris Benoit needs to stop doing promos. Shite. Yeah. Absolute shite.
What do you mean? It won't confuse at all about the Raven.
What the fuck is he talking about? Quote the fucking Benoit, quote the Crippler either. And at one point, of course, you're like, oh, this guy's got too many. And I was like, yeah, he does. Just stop giving him fucking new ones. Just stick with one. Yeah, so that was shite. The match itself, you saw that one.
Hard to live up to what came before, though, isn't it?
Oh, for God's sake. Just bad enough. I'm done.
He's good. He's about to go again. Tay Peters, your thoughts on this match?
Shite.
Cheers.
It felt as though it should have been a lot more than what it was. Like, I was expecting tables, weapons and stuff. It's just fucking boring.
Raven's rules is just a way for the flock to get involved, isn't it?
Yeah, and Benoit has a history of this, doesn't he? Of having matches that sound like they should be really violent and weapon filled and just not doing that.
He was in a death match.
He was in his death match, which was like a regular wrestling match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, twice in a row, wasn't it? Or something? Yeah.
There's no weapons whatsoever. They went out the ring for like longer than 10 seconds, didn't they?
He's got previous for this, yeah.
I imagine that Meltzer probably loved this. I'm surprised this wasn't the highest rating of the card. I know, Malenko Guerrero.
1.5.
Yeah.
Oh, I really heard it.
The third highest rating on the card.
Was Mongo the lowest, just out of interest?
Yeah, it was -1, which was far too high.
How on earth was Mongo? All right. I know, right? We have a bit of a laugh on this show, but how on earth was Mongo the lowest after what's coming?
Because it was a bad finish, but then you had to wrestle.
I don't think they did.
And the crowd were into it.
I don't know which one you mean because there's two potential ones.
Yeah.
Fucking dog shit.
What's the actual star rating? The one we're going to take notice of.
2.5. I quite enjoyed this match, and I thought it was a good way of introducing all the flock because we hadn't seen all the flock yet on a pay-per-view, have we?
No, I don't think so. Raven's quite new, isn't he, at this point?
Yeah. And I think the last pay-per-view we watched was where Raven was at ringside and it was Saturn versus someone for the title, wasn't
it? Yeah.
TV title.
Yeah,
so it's a good way of getting all the flock on in the main event kind of picture, sort of on a big show.
So we'll move on to the next match then, which it wasn't referring to it when I said there's a match worse than the Mongo match, but this one bloody well could have been. It's Buff Bagwell against Lex Luger. Unbelievably, this is what they decided to go 16 minutes with. Buff Bagwell and Lex Luger. 15 minutes of this was a headlock. It's all, what are they doing here? But I know I slagged the line go off, but why wouldn't you give them extra 5 minutes? Why wouldn't you give the tag match extra 2 minutes? I need to give them all extra 2 minutes and take all the time off this one. This one has no business being on there. It's full of run-ins. Vincent's there again. He gets too much time on shows, Vincent, doesn't he? He's on every show multiple times. He comes in. There's a dog collar. I think is that supposed to be Rick Steiner's dog collar? Scott Norton's out there again. Savage is out there. And Buff Bagwell gets basically they beat up Lex Luger, and Savage drags Bagwell on top of him to win the match. Just come on. This is what is this? This is 16 minutes of terrible wrestling. Two people with the same gimmick, yet we're supposed to care for one of them and not the other. And Vincent. So tell me why this has got more than -1 star. Please. Somebody defend this match.
It was fucking well boring, wasn't it?
Yes.
Why was it so long? Is literally what I wrote.
Who's given this 16 minutes?
Wait till you hear the star rating.
Well, look, you want to defend it.
I want to defend it in the context of Mongo as Goldberg only. In which case it was they knew what they were doing in the ring, so that's why it's got more than Mongo Goldberg. But other than that, it wasn't really good. To be honest, I said stop paying attention to this match. It didn't really hold you.
No, it didn't.
It didn't really hold your attention, did it? You know, I look up and Vincent's in the ring or whatever. And...
It felt about half an hour.
Yeah, I get what they were going for, but it didn't need to be this long if you're going to do that. Schmoz anyway. Yeah, they want to build it up like the NWO, like this massive threat, right? So, although I still think I'll get more in the main event. The NWO should have lost every match on this pay-per-view, in my opinion, and just finished afterwards. But I got what they were going for, but it didn't need to be that long, did it? Yeah.
No, and NWO have won again, so they've won everything so far, which I think is another spoiler for what's going to happen in the main event.
Yeah,
they did telegraph the main event, didn't they? But yeah, I don't understand the fascination with Lex Luger. Buff Bagwell was lazy. I'm a big opinion of that. He could have been better. I think Buff Bagwell could go. He just was lazy and couldn't be asked. And when he put him he got in with Luger, didn't he? Luger's a terrible wrestler.
Luger has no business in a wrestling ring because he's fucking shit.
He's just bad, isn't he? He's bad. He's boring. He's not even fun bad. He's just boring.
He's got no personality. It's a bit like
Bret. Absolutely mental from that. When they were teasing the torture rack, they were absolutely going insane, which is weird because it's a terrible finishing move. Possibly the worst finishing move of all time, actually, other than Sonya Deville's. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Baron Saxon has the worst finishing move of all time, so
that's up there as well. But no, I think the side track is terrible as a finishing move. It's really bad. But the crowd were going absolutely batshit crazy for it. So they're obviously seeing something in the 90s that we weren't seeing.
Well, then it's even more baffling that they've put him in a random match with Buff Bagwell.
So no one else wants to work with him because he's shit.
I think they were trying to get over Buff Bagwell, weren't they?
Yeah, but there's other ways to do it than this.
Because he's the only person who's beat Hogan. He was world champion, wasn't he?
Oh, I think that was Bagwell.
No.
Yeah. Luger. Yeah. which was baffling as well. A baffling decision.
Yeah,
because you've ruined this main event. But I imagine Dave has to give this a dud.
Half
a star.
Oh, well, he is wrong.
Yes.
Because the real rating is -9.
Yes, I agree. 18 stars different between this and the Mongo match.
I'd love a bar chart of the Franklin Star at some point. I just think it'd be hilarious just to see the massive swings in between fairly similar matches.
He's got his reasons, Lou.
This match was just genuinely awful, and the fact that Lex Luger's in it loses at least 9 stars. Doesn't it?
Yeah. So. But is that the lowest of all time?
I don't think so.
I think give the Lex Luger match -10 stars.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's going to be at least -5 when Lex Luger's involved. Okay then. Oh, speaking of matches then that could have took 5 minutes off that last match and put it onto this one. We've got the United States Championship match, Kurt Hennig against Diamond Dallas Page. So this was supposed to be Ric Flair against Hennig again for the third time, but Flair's injured, so DDP was given the role or the shot to win the title off for Kurt Hennig. This match, unbelievably, only went 10 minutes. I mean, Kurt Hennig's not. I think Hennig's quite boring. I don't think he's anywhere near as good as what people think. But DDP was, especially when he was in the mood for it. He wins after he blocks a Hennig Plex, which is a stupid name, and hits a diamond cutter on him for the win out of nowhere. The diamond, that's what they're getting over. The diamond cutter is can hit it. It's the early RKO in it.
Yeah.
I thought this was probably one of the better matches of the card. Could have gone a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot fathom why on earth you would give Lex Luger 16 minutes and then give DDP and Kurt Hennig 10.
The only thing I could think is that the last match went over and we didn't intend it to, so they had to cut this match. That's the only logical reason I can think of.
That would be a very Lex Luger thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But also, Hennig was very injury prone anyway. Whether they didn't want him to go for too long.
Yeah.
So all his matches that we've seen so far have been fairly short, or he hasn't been massively involved in them.
That is true. Yeah, he's not the Kurt Hennig of old, is he?
No.
And also, what I find absolutely baffling is this is 1997. Everyone loves DDP. When does he wins his title 2 years later?
Well, about a year and a bit. March.
Is it a year and a bit?
March 99, yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
What on earth are they playing at?
Yeah, because they were pissing them out on the NWO storyline for far too long.
And that's ultimately what killed him, wasn't it?
Yeah. As we'll find out over the course of the next 3 years. That's right.
I just think DDP was. They should have just strapped everything they've got to DDP at this point.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, he was massively
saved
over.
the business. Could have saved the business with DDP.
Yeah. This is what this show is just encapsulates. Like I know everyone says it's the downturn of WCW because of the main event, but I think it's just little things like this. I think this show is when it starts going downhill, but the main event I think you can get by if they acted better. It was just they had no plan, did they, after this?
After the main event, I was looking at the title reigns and just a mess.
Yeah.
An absolute mess, the title reigns after this.
It just hovers around the NWO hierarchy for another year, doesn't it? Even though this show builds up to them losing it.
Yeah, because I'll tell you how long Sting has it when we get there.
Yeah, I mean, Kurt Hennig's NWO, weren't he, at this point? I think.
Yeah.
So it's a win for the good guys, I guess. A win for WCW because it was getting lost every single one. So I get that. They get putting the title on DDP. I just think he should have been a lot higher up the card, a lot more time, and a lot more. This should have been a big match, I think.
Well, they could have made this a bigger match. I think they were trying to build the US title as like not an equivalent world championship, but a big deal. I don't necessarily think they did, really.
No, horrendous. I think it was a complete secondary fault, this match, I thought. Just kept talking about the main event. That's all the way through it.
Yeah, because this was another one of... Yeah, I just go back to the NWO should have lost all the titles tonight. including like the tag champs, anything they had, and it should just be in the end of the show, and the end of the.
Yeah, we'll get to that at the end.
Yeah.
So I've got some ideas about that. What did Meltzer think of this? Because this should have been higher on the card. 2 stars, is that it?
Yeah. Second highest rated match of the card.
Wow.
By 3/4.
He loves it, doesn't he? Aaron's shaking his head. So what have you give it?
3 3/4 for me.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match.
I thought that's about fair.
I think they both look. I'm not a Hennig fan by a long stretch, but I thought this was a good match. They both look good in this match.
Again, something else that completely baffles me about DDP is why didn't he work in well, I know why he didn't work because Matt Calloway's a bell end, but why didn't he work in WWE?
That's why, because they brought him in as a stalker. We were stalking it.
I do not get that whatsoever.
The fan favourite there should have been.
In a big swerve in real life, though, Undertaker was on an interview earlier this week, and he was saying that he's considering contacting DDP to start doing the yoga.
There we go. DDP won in the end, Russ.
Yeah. Do you think DDP regrets coming in early? I don't know if he said it in an interview or.
Yeah, he has voiced that he regrets.
Because he
came in early.
He came in early, didn't he? Because he said he had a lot of momentum and he wanted to carry that on and he was worried he'd get forgotten about, which I completely understand. But he would have come in as a babyface if he'd stopped, wouldn't he? Surely, if he'd have seen out his contract.
Yeah, but I think he's just. I've seen him in other interviews where he's quite philosophical about it. He just says, "Well, he's a WCW legend, and that's enough." He was like comparing it to like the baseball Hall of Fame, where you go in as like, say you played for like the Yankees and the Phillies, but your best times at the Yankees. I was a WCW guy, so he's Hall of Fame purely on his WCW run.
Yeah, that's true.
It is a shame, really.
He was old as well, so maybe he thought if they took a year out, he might not have been the same when he come back. Because DDP was quite an old wrestler, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was nearly 50 by then. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe these things, but he's just one of them what ifs, isn't it? I think they could have had a massive star out of him. Everyone loved him. He had everything, I think. He's got absolutely everything. Because he's huge as well, isn't he? He's got the size. He should have kept his long hair, but maybe they got him to cut it off because of the stalker.
Yeah, no, he already cut that before he left the WCW, I'm sure.
He should have grown that back. In the mullet.
Yeah, the mullet, yeah.
I'll never forgive the Undertaker for what he did to him. That was Undertaker's dickhead face, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Before we move on, Ross, you said the Henigplex was a terrible name. Obviously, the Perfect Plex is trademark, so I just want to know what you would call the Perfect Plex in WCW.
I don't know. Henigplex doesn't make any sense. It was like they did it with Scott Hall. The Razor's Edge was trademark, so they called it the Hall Edge.
Hall Edge, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
The Hennig, I don't know. The Hennig, like, I don't know, actually. Hoy. Just Hennig Hoy. Just Hoy's the mother.
Hennig Hoy over the road.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, because he didn't really have a character, did he? Because he was Mr. Perfect, but he was NWO Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, and he criminally didn't get a black and white singlet at some point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you on mute?
Oh, sorry. That was half the problem, wasn't it? That they all brought him in as WE characters and not new characters.
Yeah, but it works. I just think I like the character. I don't see the issue with the character. I just think Henigplex is a stupid. When you see it and you read it, Henigplex is a stupid name for a thing. Just call it the suplex or fisherman's suplex.
The Hennig Hoss.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That would have worked when he was a singing cowboy.
Hennig Hall. I don't know. Listen,
call it the move. I think. I don't know.
The move.
No, like what the name of the move is. I don't know why we have to give special names for moves.
The move.
What a maneuver! You call it that.
I thought you said the Louvre at first.
Yeah, get a bit arty. Right, we'll move on then to the first main event. Well, that's all they wanted to build it. That rest was definitely might as well have been a pre-show because these are the only ones they care about. We've got the living legend Larry Zbyszko against Eric Bischoff, karate champion, who comes out with Scott Hall. Talk about a need for Ernest Miller. This was when he should have debuted.
Ernest Miller was in the crowd eating popcorn earlier.
Well, it is the WCW.
Yeah, who's there? Yeah.
Bret Hart's a special guest referee, and I know people saying why I wasn't involved in the match, but I think it was to do with. I've listened to Bischoff on this. It was to do with he wasn't allowed to wrestle. He was still in his no compete clause, so he's allowed on TV.
Just don't put him on then at all.
It's a bit like when Rick Rude was doing what Rick Rude was doing. Same thing. No, there was appearing, but not. No, but Bischoff said he wanted to capitalise on. Not that it would have mattered. It's Bret Hart, isn't it? He wanted to capitalise on the momentum.
Yeah, so I get that. Just a weird thing to bring him in for. But
yeah,
this is a weird. This is such a stupid match for these stakes, in my opinion. Stick him on the main event, all or nothing.
Yeah,
you don't need a Larry Zbyszko and Eric Bischoff match.
What's Larry Zbyszko got to do with WCW? I know he was like a legend, but he's not.
There you go.
He's not like the general manager, was he?
He's the living legend. You
got
commentary.
I don't know what you're all talking about. You're saying that we don't need a Larry Zbyszko match.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Are you saying you'd prefer for him to be on comms?
Instead of Mike Tenay, yeah, probably.
Do you know what? I fucking love this match in hindsight. Yeah, now I think about it. What a match. 5 stars.
Look, let's not get ridiculous with all-star ratings, please.
Sorry. 9 stars.
This match went 11 minutes, and it's absolutely baffling that they built up Bischoff as a legitimate threat. Wearing his weird shoes. I know he was a karate man. I know he's got a black belt in karate or whatever, but isn't this the problem with Eric Bischoff so far up his own ass? He booked himself to be on the same level as Larry Zbyszko. I mean, is it
because Larry's old? Is that why they were going for? But Bischoff's not no spring chicken, is he, at this point?
No, but come on. It's like when they put Shane McMahon in the ring with people.
Oh, he's the best in the world, Shane McMahon. We're talking about.
Yeah, that is true, yeah. He did have that one match with AJ Styles, didn't he? Even then, that match, they built the match up as what you're going to do, Shane, when you actually have a wrestling match. You can't use all your weapons and your stunts and stuff.
Yeah, well, he's the one laughing because he got paid $800,000 for the one match. So
yeah, that's true. That is, and he didn't even have to jump off a cell. Yeah. But Bischoff's there with Scott Hall. Scott Hall is not taking this match seriously whatsoever.
Yeah. Doing
Karate Kid and stuff. To his own, he's mentoring him. And Bischoff's supposed to be a karate guy. Scott Hall's doing this Karate Kid pose. That would have made more sense if Larry Zbyszko was the karate guy. Ennis Miller should have been out there showing people what's what.
The worst part is bloody metal plate that just flies off.
Yeah, so that's the ending then. So Scott Hall gives him a metal plate. He puts it in his shoe. He kicks him. I think this isn't a kick, but Dusty Rhodes does ask Mike Tenay, is that a roundhouse kick? Mike Tenay goes, no, it was a front kick.
The metal plate flies out about 10 yards before he connects with anything.
Well, I think that was supposed to happen, though, wasn't it? So the metal plate.
No, they was trying to say that the metal plate is what floored Zbyszko.
That's true. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. So, but the metal plate was supposed to come out.
Yeah, but it wasn't meant to. It was meant to come out once he connected with him, not before, and then try and actually pass it off as a legitimate thing. Yeah,
but it's so confusing.
Right.
Yeah, because that happens. He kicks it, goes flying out the ring, and then Eric starts celebrating. I don't think he actually pins it. He doesn't even go for a pin. And then Hall gets in the ring. Bret Hart punches him. You all think it's just a no contest, but apparently the replay shows that Bret Hart noticed the plate. So Zbyszko won via DQ. So he Nitro staying. It's not becoming WCW. And then there's a bit of Bret Hart against Scott Hall, that kind of stuff. And then Larry Zbyszko chokes up Bischoff, and he's getting his hand raised. The fans did cheer. I just think
the crowd went mild on this one.
Yeah, this was.
It was weird.
Not necessary, was it? And the way they did it as well.
Yeah,
surely Bischoff should have been booked as a cowardly heel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100% against an active wrestler. But it was too comedy match-esque to have these stakes on it.
Yeah.
Because what was the point in the main event now? Like, all right, yeah, like they might get the title back from the NWO, but it doesn't matter because they've already got a company, haven't they?
Yeah.
So
Like
just
for me,
strip Hogan.
I don't understand why Bret Hart had to be a part of this match. When we get to it in the main event, surely that'd have been a bigger pop for Bret Hart coming out, which we'll get onto.
Mm.
But you just brought him out for that. You don't need to come out twice.
They could have just made him ringside enforcer, couldn't they? For the main event. Yeah. I get him wanting to announce. I'm assuming he announced it ahead of time that Bret Hart was going to be there.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so I get that, but yeah, just make him the enforcer. So if Nick Patrick does do any shenanigans, or whoever the referee is, Bret Hart's there to stop it.
Yeah, that could have all been on Nitro.
That's his new job now. Yeah, he's the Howard Webb of wrestling referees. He sits there, looks at the performance, and then gives a rating out of 10.
And we all know who the actual top ref is, and that is Larry Zbyszko.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
he would have done that job.
So he's actually the only ref who's actually cheated in all of it.
But he also was the only ref to use VAR.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
but to be fair, Bret Hart, I don't know if he meant to do it, but you could see his eyes follow the metal blade or whatever it was in Bischoff's shoe when it fires on. The fuck was that?
I think he was meant to though.
Yeah. No, but it was very well placed by Scott Hall if that was meant to happen. Very good.
Why does Larry Zbyszko have to lose by DQ?
Stupid.
Oh wait, so win by DQ. He should just won.
Stupid.
We can't bury president of the company with us.
No, but he could have done that. He could have tried to kick him with it or something like that. They could have tried to get that involved. That makes sense from Bischoff's part. Yeah. But I don't understand why you would have him then win like that.
No, I agree. It just didn't make any sense to me. That's all.
Yeah, that I don't get.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what ratings have we give this?
Big Dave gave this a quarter.
That's too high, yeah.
1 quarter.
No, it's wrong. -2.
That sounds about right. But Lou, have you got any? You've not been happy with the star rating so far.
One disagree with us really, but that was fine for me. -2. I didn't agree with this match. Just full stop. Yeah, that's the biggest offense to me is that this match happened in the first place. Yeah, what actually happened in the match was secondary for me. Like that's my real beef. It's just why that happened.
My annoyance is it just basically didn't have anything to do with WCW. Just an employee there.
He was the living legend, Rossi. He was doing it for all the wrestling.
Yeah,
not just WCW.
And also, like all these matches have gone on. There's been loads of shenanigans. Why are all WCW wrestlers just sat at ringside?
Some of them are at ringside. You'll see. Some have to pay for their own seats. Some are for gods. They're all spread about, aren't they? They're not just like a wrestler's section. They could have been like some of them would have been like just like scrambling down from up the deck.
Do you know what? Sometimes
it's a new building. They might have got lost on the way up.
I'm glad WCW went bust because they don't deserve to be. They don't deserve to be successful with some of the decisions they've made.
Agreed.
Outrageous. Always good self-competition.
They don't deserve to be successful.
Every wrestling company makes stupid decisions.
These make a lot. A lot of very big, high-profile, bad decisions.
More than most.
Well, more than WWE in the last 5 years.
WWE is still alive.
Yeah. Despite themselves sometimes, but yeah, all right.
Despite them, but WWE got to a position where they could make some ridiculous decisions and they get away with it. WCW just made ridiculous decisions. They banned throwing over the top rope.
Yeah, that's old school. That one is. That's tradition now. Do you hate wrestling tradition? Isn't it?
They had all the WCW wrestlers in the ring and then still let NWO run down from. Do you know what? If the WCW wrestlers had been backstage, maybe NWO wouldn't have come out so much.
Well, the WCW is the good guys. Playing by the rules.
And then
they weren't just sitting there cheering them on though. They're all probably sat there like, oh no. I would have done that. Oh no.
And then I think one
These
match,
NWO are terrible. Get them out. You don't like to see it.
Shivani said, I think it was Mongo and Goldberg said, they couldn't wait to get it on. They want all to be near each other backstage. Then making every other rivalry not seem important because he was kicking them all backstage together. So I just don't get it. They don't deserve to be successful. They made some ridiculous decisions, including this next match. Hollywood Hogan against Sting, WCW World Heavyweight title. Biggest match of all time. 11 minutes it went. And Bret Hart ruined it. That's fair to say. Nick Patrick called it down the line. Hogan beat him fair and square. If anything, it's a slow count. Bret Hart won't have any of it. Sore loser. Bret Hart.
I think, in kayfabe, Bret Hart ruined it. But I maintain they should have just ignored the fact that it wasn't a slow. They should have just pretended it was a fast count. Yeah. Gaslight us all. I don't care. It would the way they followed it up afterwards. This was just the way it's so convoluted.
Well, Sting should have kicked out on 3.
Well, that's what I was thinking. There's a lot of stuff like obviously Nick Patrick did it wrong,
but Sting should have known.
Sting should have kicked out, yeah. And Hogan's done that himself, hasn't he?
Yeah,
in other matches. So it's not like he could have got angry. But even booking this convoluted finish it should have been a clean. If any match needs a clean finish, it's this one.
The best thing about this match was Sting's sort of entrance.
Well, yeah,
that was really.
It
cool.
Was. I will say. I'm just going to go out and say it now. The greatest wrestling entrance of all time.
Yes, one of the greatest theme tunes of all time as well.
Yeah, because it combined. It was cool looking anyway, but given the gravity of the match, it wasn't just cool like seeing a spaceship just cool for the sake of being cool. It was like kind of like dead in on the match on it. It was all built up to it. All the commentators didn't say anything. It was they used silence in the right way. Honestly, I've probably watched this entrance more than the actual match, to be honest. But
it is a cool entrance.
No, it's fantastic. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, the crowd were into it, which is always a good start. Because it was Sting's first match since September 1996. He looked good. I mean, he did look like he didn't have a tan. I get that from Bischoff.
Yeah, but how can you get a tan when you've spent the last 12 months up in the rafters?
Again, that is also true.
So sticking to the story.
The only thing that's been like, they should have a tan neck and that's it, because everything else has been covered for the past.
It was got face paint on. Yes, you should have just a slight.
Yeah, imagine that. It just comes out like a big redneck tan and that's it.
I don't think his tan looks that bad. I think it's just because Hogan's nearly blacked up. That makes it look worse. Hogan's tan is ridiculous.
It didn't really matter, did it? I don't even know. I didn't notice it the first time, but he's not wearing his proper singlet, is he? He's wearing like a baggier vest.
Yeah.
I didn't have as many abs below that, but yeah, it didn't really. For me, though, and I always think this about wrestling, like there's no other. Right, like say the Avengers one, right? Avengers, right? It's filming Endgame, right? Robert Downey Jr. turns up, right? He looks a bit out of shape. He's had a rough night. I think the director's going, do you know what? Thanos is going over now. This is crazy. No, because you built the story to a certain point. So you just got to go with it. It's like the whole, like, when Jimmy Uso got arrested for drunk driving or whatever. Like, it was stupid and he should be punished. But I don't think you should punish people on screen. I think I said this a few times on it for different things. You've got to follow through the story because it doesn't make... A lot of people don't know what's going on and it makes no sense. Yeah. Just fine them, dock wages or whatever. Fire people if you need to. But I don't think you should be changing storylines based on...
Yeah, no,
I don't think losing a match should be a punishment because that's just your job anyway, isn't it? You're going out there to act in a production, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. But he does win. So he does win the title. Again, it doesn't mean as much because, one, WCW is not going anywhere, and two, Hogan lost it to Luger.
Yeah, I don't know if the Hogan thing, the Luger thing matters that much. The match before that killed it. Yeah.
NWO they all tried to get involved in the second match. After Hart stops the ring being actually rung, which was, I liked the way he did that. It genuinely stopped the bell being rung. Normally it's a shouting.
Well, it's the only way to stop the fans leaving, I guess, at that point.
Yeah. And then they were all WCW finally get in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was perfect up until, well, it was just
Sting,
because the fans didn't have a clue what was going on. I was thinking, right, because the fans were rabid in there for that main event.
Yeah.
And I was thinking when we were like, maybe not the WrestleManias that we went to because the fans are shit on the 2 main events, right? But the Clash at the Castle, right? If Roman beat Drew normally, but then Tyson Fury came and he went, the match is restarting. We wouldn't have given a shit. We'd have been going mental, being going, yeah, restart the match. So I finished just pretending like it didn't happen. Just pretending it was a fast count.
Yeah.
Edit the footage for Nitro the next day. Because no one's got in there those days. No one's going to know. That's why I would do anyway.
I just think if Sting had a bit more about him and he was listening, he knows if it's fast or not.
Yeah.
Try and kick out on 3.
They gave him enough chance. It was almost like he was going down like, oh, you have to kick out now.
Yeah.
You know, because the third one was very slow on it.
Exactly. So Sting should have known.
Yeah.
But
Sting was going through a bit on it at this point, from what I remember.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think he was in a good place, was he?
No, it was convoluted, and they could have done it several ways. However, they've won, and that should be the end of the NWO, right?
Agreed. Mm-hmm. And then Sting went on to hold it for 11 days before having it vacated.
Why was it? Why did it get vacated?
Because of the controversial ending at Starrcade.
Does that make sense?
Only
that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense. Only for Sting to fucking win it back again.
Yeah. What, the next pay-per-view on Nitro?
He won it back at Super Bowl 98. Yeah. Held it for 56 days. Then Randy Savage had it for a day. Then Hogan won it back.
See, what is the point?
Then Goldberg had it. Then Nash had it for a week. Then Hogan won it back.
It's the same people in the title picture all the way through WCW.
So and then Flair fucking had it. Then DDP. Then Sting had it for less than a day. DDP again. Kevin Nash. Savage. Hogan again. Sting vacated. Bret Hart vacated. Bret Hart vacated. Benoit vacated.
I can't wait.
Sid Vicious vacated. Kevin Nash.
Sid Vicious won it that late on.
Sid Vicious won it again for 76 days in January 2000. He had it for a day, then he won it back the day later.
What on earth? Sid Vicious got the title point in 2000.
So, hang on. He won it in Nitro 2000 after it was vacated from Benoit on the 16th of January, where he had it for a day. Then he vacated it by Commissioner Kevin Nash. Then Kevin Nash won it for less than a day on Thunder for Sid Vicious to fucking win it back again, for it to be vacated. Then you get Jarrett for 8 days. DDP for a day, David Arquette for 12, Jarrett for 8, Flair for 7, vacated, Jarrett for a day, Nash for 6, Flair for less than 1, Jarrett for 41, Booker T, Nash, Booker T, Russo, vacated, Booker T, Scott Steiner, Booker T.
Goldberg got one run with it then?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And Flair's last one, his 16th title win, was like 40 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's less than a day because he lost it to Jarrett.
Yeah.
So make of that what you fucking will.
You know, obviously we're watching all WCW shows, pay-per-views. What I can't wait for is Bret Hart to get kicked in the head by Goldberg.
Because you're interested in the historical context and with no malice.
Oh, no malice
whatsoever. There we go. Yeah.
Bret Hart's cool about it though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's a forgiving man, Bret Hart.
Yeah, it's only 99 that happens.
Just think, if it had been Bret Hart versus Mongo, wouldn't have had that.
Yeah, because Mongo couldn't get his leg that high, but yeah.
Well, he never injured anyone. Say he's unsafe. He'll make out that he's unsafe, though.
He's not very good.
So Bret Hart won
it. He was Goldberg.
Bret Hart won it November 99, vacated it December the 20th, won it back December the 20th, then vacated it 16th of January.
Good stuff. I can't wait till we get to the WCW reboot. That's a hoot.
When's that?
Is that when they just
take all the titles off them.
When is that?
I think that's like 2000.
Is that 2000?
Yeah,
so that's like the new blood in it against the originals or whatever. Yeah, NWO, I agree. Because look, you said it earlier, NWO should disband it, and you would have got all the great matches out of the NWO disbanding. You would have got Hogan Nash, Hogan Hall, Nash Hall.
Yeah, well, the annoying thing was because I looked at the dates on this because I wasn't sure. he always apparently the NWO got as big as it did because they knew a second show was coming, and they were going to make an NWO show, so that's why they made it like they were their own wrestling company.
But then the problem was that the main guys didn't have to work Thunder.
Yeah, and Thunder started January 8th. Of like 2 weeks later after this, and he never did that. So there was no reason to keep the NWO. They signed Bret Hart to be like the main guy in Thunder. Yeah, that's fine. Stick Bret Hart and some of the younger guys and have that more as your wrestling show. And then, but there was no need, and obviously it gets into the Wolfpack and stuff, which obviously gives us a class theme tune. But it just gets really messy after this, doesn't it?
But I think Bischoff said it doesn't make sense because then they would have had an NWO show where they're fighting each other.
Yeah, so why? But you notice that after a year after building it up.
Yeah, that doesn't. Really
I mean, it was too big. We realized it was too big when we had fucking Scott Norton and Vincent match, didn't we?
Yeah,
it's just a lot going on. And it gets bigger, doesn't it? After this,
yeah, this is small. Disco Inferno joins.
Yeah,
all Luger
Scott
joins
Steiner.
soon. Yeah, Steiner joins.
The Big Dust. Fucking Sting joins. Joins the Wolfpack. But the guy who's been fighting him for the past year and a half thinks, actually, it's all right. This.
Shawn Michaels joins.
Yeah.
Let me
I should have just had this ended. Kevin Nash could have come on Nitro, blamed Hogan for it ending. Could have still done Wolfpack against Hollywood. He could have blamed Hogan for ending it. Hogan could have said, "Well, you weren't even there, mate." Do you know what I mean?
They should have just kept the title out of these guys' hands. So DDP was there, wasn't he?
That's what I mean, yeah.
DDP versus Sting, whatever, yeah.
That'd have been a good feud.
Yeah.
You're about to make Scott Steiner a single star. Scott Steiner can be a massive heel now against Sting.
Yeah.
I completely. The NWO was one of the best things to ever happen to wrestling. It brought the boom. It brought it was the best thing to happen to
43
WWF.
NWO members.
43?
Yeah, not including Booker T and Shawn Michaels in WA.
Wow. Yeah, it's a joke. But they should have. There was.
Does that include NWO Japan though?
LWO?
Yeah. Who was in that?
Scott Arnold. Is it Chono? Masahiro Chono, is he?
I don't know, probably. But the NWO was the best thing to ever happen to wrestling because it made the WWF had to get with the times.
Was in NWO Japan.
Sorry?
Scott Norton genuinely was in NWO Japan.
He was big in Japan. Yeah. He's a huge star in Japan. He's like the Kenny Omega of his day.
Well, I stand by it. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash ruined wrestling.
Wolfpack and Elite, Black and White in 2000. Because you get fucking Ron and Don Harris in there.
Yeah, we know what happens there.
What happens with them too. Like...
One of them's got SS written on his leg. It's a fact.
Who else do you get in that? Bret Hart, Jarrett, Nash, Scott Hall, Scott Steiner. Fuck.
Everyone, basically.
Pretty much the whole roster end up in some sort of world order.
Horace Hogan.
Horace. Big Horace.
Black and White.
Yeah. I can't wait for Millionaires Club versus New Blood.
That is basically NWO, but just different.
Yeah.
We should do like one quiz one time, Russ. You should just do like, are they NWO or not? And we could go off like 100 wrestlers.
The answer to them all will be yes.
If they were in the NWO or not. Yeah.
Was they NWO? Yes, of course it was. I just think.
Yeah, it's really annoying, isn't it? Because it would have been so cool to have. I mean, I know obviously we got with AW now, but it would have been. Imagine if we'd have always had two big wrestling companies. I know, like Bischoff always says, there's different stuff that would happen, but I maintain if people were still tuning in, someone would have put it on TV.
Would not have got rid of it.
Yeah, even if like Warner didn't want wrestling on the TV anymore, somebody else would. I mean, didn't think WWE moved networks, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like halfway through this, they moved to like TNN. So you'd think USA Network would pick up this if it was, people were tuning in, but people just stopped, didn't they?
Yeah, because it was crap.
Yeah.
Because it was dog shit.
And because WWE was so good as well.
Yeah, but anyway, this could have been good. You hear the reactions from people. The crowd would have gone, we're going nuts for Hogan. Everyone knows Hogan's crap. But they're still going nuts for him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it doesn't even need to be good wrestling. It was just a story, wasn't it? Just got to.
I think they should have just.
Yeah, But they panicked and they thought they didn't adapt. They thought, oh, WWE the thing is doing this as well because that's why we have the same matches 15 times. You think, oh, well, that was good before, so it'll be good again. And then before you know it, 3 years has passed and Goldberg's only had the title once.
Yeah.
And Hogan keeps getting the title. The finger poke of doom did not kill WCW. The NWO killed WCW.
Yeah.
Things have a natural endpoint, and this was the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Built up to it. And I get it's the big match seller, but if they'd have done it, they could have done NWO.
I mean, they're still selling the match now.
Yeah.
And it's not even been active for 20 years, so yeah.
Just like, frustrating. If you go back in time, you grab all the Bishop and say, what are you doing, mate? Stop this. We've got through all the crap with Hogan and Piper.
Yeah.
This
what
is
should have
now.
happened, I think, at the end of this, is that the alliance to end Hulkamania should have come back. We should have told you so. Kevin Sullivan's like, fucking knew I'd get you.
Yeah, well, Sting, you beat Hulkamania, but what it took you to become a spooky dude to do it.
And Uncensored's around the corner. It's got a Tower of Doom back out.
Yes. Should have done
God,
that,
yeah. Yeah, if you're going to be rubbish,
So-
at least be good rubbish, not this
Long term
rubbish.
booking, really. Yeah. Kevin Sullivan wins.
That was it then. That was the Starrcade 97, the end of 1997, the end of WCW being good. Even though they carried on winning the ratings for quite a while after this, didn't they?
Yeah, 83 weeks.
Yeah. So, I don't know what to say.
I think Tyson comes in, doesn't he? Into WWF.
That's April, though.
That's when it starts to change, I think, yeah.
That's April, isn't it? That's still 3 months away. 4 months after this.
Yeah.
And then even when they lost, WWF got back above them, it bounced back and forth.
Yeah.
Because we've still got Goldberg. They're on the Goldberg. Imagine that. Somebody beats Goldberg for the first time. It's not Hulk. Don't even care if it is Hulk Hogan. Oh, no, it's not even Hulk Hogan. It's Kevin Nash, isn't it?
Well, that's next year's fucking Starrcade, isn't it? So, yeah. Even worse than this one.
But the week after was what was terrible about that. Christ, just annoying. Absolutely annoying. What do you think of this pay-per-view?
3.5.
3.5.
Oh,
my days.
6.5. He said it was down the road, middle of the road earlier.
Yeah, I know, but I've changed my mind because it's proper dog shit on you relive it with other people.
Watched it twice.
I was going to go 5 because it was average, but no, it's proper dog shit.
Yeah. What are you giving it?
I'm going to go 5 because I liked the way it was presented. The matches didn't deliver, but I like the big feel about it. So 5 out of 10 for me.
Right, before we get the world class wrestling journalists, I'm going to give it 4. 4 points from one go. That's the only reason it's getting 4.
Well, because obviously I had a 9-star match in there.
For
But also had a -9.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to surprise you all here. Dud.
Bloody hell.
Oh, it's so frustrating. But I imagine it was quite exciting at the time.
Oh, yeah. But it just didn't feel like a big deal. The only match that I felt like it had a big deal around it was Hogan Sting in the foot battle.
But even still, though, they ended. Still could have. They messed the match up, yes, but they could have carried on. I imagine if you couldn't wait to tune into Nitro after watching this, see what was going to happen. But when you know what's going to happen, it makes it even worse.
That's when they messed up. They should have just gaslighted us.
Yeah,
pretend it's a fast count and moved on.
Even if it won, that's another feud that could have had Hogan Bret Hart. Say you cost me the title.
Yeah.
A bit like Edge and Mick Foley.
I assume that Hogan wouldn't have wanted to job to Bret Hart and vice versa. I'm assuming that's why that never happened.
Yeah,
so many egos.
Better than what he is.
Yeah.
But that's been the show. We've relived it. We're all angry again. What's the next? But the next show sold out, isn't it?
Yes, sold out 98.
Which I'm sure I'll be covering in the coming weeks. I don't even know what to do with WCW anymore. I'm sort of excited to watch the 2000s era, but I'm also not excited to watch the 2000s era.
2000s era is brilliant.
I've watched a bit of it. It's fucking shite.
Yeah, it's such a good time when we crash at the beach.
Opinions.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we. Right, Terry Peters, where can we find you?
Bell Nation everywhere. FM Top Managers tournament this Friday. Come say hello.
Team
is that on your stream? How do you watch it?
Twitch.tv/Bell Nation.
Oh, okay.
So on your stream.
You play other people on over there. Okay.
I'm going to be sat there cheering on Hagrid.
Yeah, Big Wald. Big Wald is coming for you. So if you want to see Terry Peters lose 9-0 to a man with more hair than the rest of us combined, then tune in on, when is it, Friday?
Friday.
What time?
7:30, I think.
7:30, he thinks. On the money there, Terry Peters, he knows the details. That's what we like him for. Aaron, where can we find you?
When I can be bored, I use my Twitter, Frankenstein91.
Yeah. Is there a comeback to Twitch?
Not in the near future. I've just got a lot going on.
Right, but it's soon. So the only way to find out is to subscribe.
It'll be coming back. Just maybe when 2K23 comes out.
Right.
I don't know for you. I've got my shit sorted.
That's only 2 months away now, right? March 12th that's coming out.
Yeah. Lou, where can we find you?
I might be on Twitter. I should have a look, see what's happening.
Subscribe is the only way to find out.
Yeah, and see what happens on Wednesday.
Twitch.tv/restaurant.
I like the Markham, yeah. Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at the USM. You can find us all at Wrestling Around or at Rest Around. We've got full meals again. So,
we do. It's all happening on the.
Lou got really upset that I did get him.
Yeah, I also noticed as well that the kind of bot thing that was like just tweeting out the link wasn't working. So
right, we're back.
I'm gonna have to do it manually now, which is annoying.
But it's what it is.
Yeah, all happening. But look out for maybe even some adverts if I'm feeling like we've done a good show.
Yeah, there we go.
No, I can't say that, can I? Because now if I don't do it, everyone's going to loop like that show shite. So
I'm not going to listen to it.
It's not advertised it, yeah. Let's see.
7:15 on Friday. There you go.
7:15.
7:15.
7:15. What the hell's that?
7:15.
Be there on B Square.
I genuinely don't think I'll be able to be there. I'll have to see Lewis Capaldi.
His mangina.
His what? Lewis Capaldi's got mangina, has he, Pierce?
Yeah. It's tight trousers. He always takes the piss out of it. It's hilarious.
Slander.
He's got his own range of pizzas at Iceland as well.
Nice. And
there you go.
Right, that's it. That's been it. So thanks for joining us, Peters.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Aaron.
Thank you.
Lou, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Forgot to introduce him, but Bob Roode, thanks for joining us.
Glorious.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, and join us next week for another episode of Wrestling Around.